Serving Guam for 80 years. Matson and the Adayitano program. Harley Davidson of Guam. Visit our new showroom now located on Route 8 in Mighty. IP&E Fueling Excellence. McDonald's of Guam. I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Coming up on Prime Time, could the federal shutdown affect the church's recent Chapter 11 filing? Crystal Paco has a story from the district court. Plus, our Nick Delgado follows the governor and lieutenant governor as they spent their day visiting the Guam Police Department and the Department of Corrections. And at least 4 senators have sent comments to the Navy regarding plans to expand a danger zone. Carmen Victoria Terlahi has the latest with that story. Holiday friends, thanks so much for tuning in and streaming us tonight, because an astonishing story tops our broadcast as a mother is in jail while her 4-year-old child is in the custody of Child Protective Services. It apparently took Donica Tapasnia Taidigui almost 5 full hours to find her lost toddler. The 4-year-old was found roaming the FB Leonguro Middle School campus in Jigo Wednesday afternoon, and it wasn't until 9 p.m. when Taidigui phoned police inquiring about her lost little one. Taidigui was arrested for child abuse and neglect.
He reportedly told police he fired several gunshots in the air to scare off his neighbors, one of those bullets hitting a man's foot. 62-year-old Herman Regis Kizutsu is behind bars, charged with attempted murder and aggravated assault, both with the special allegation for possession and use of a deadly weapon in the commission of a felony. Court documents state he and his neighbors got into a heated argument just moments before the gunfire. Police report the neighbors had been feuding about burning at the homes. A rifle and expended shell casings were found at the scene.
Elsewhere, public safety is a top priority as Governor Lou Leon Guerrero and Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio paid a visit to a pair of the law enforcement agencies during day 8 of their administration. Leaders of both GPD and DEPCOR showcased their needs for their respective agencies. Our Nick Delgado was there and files this next story.
A meeting to hear from those tasked with upholding the law.
If we don't feel safe in our homes or in our businesses, the quality of our lives is not there. So we are very committed to provide you with the resources to make that happen.
Governor Lou Leon Guerrero and LT Josh Tenorio heard about the shortfalls of the Guam Police Department.
I hear that criminals are bolder now because of the lack of personnel. And just to increase the personnel, I think would deter a lot of those crimes.
But lawbreakers beware. The administration says funding is being shifted to put more officers out on the street.
Just in our week and a half with working with our budget people, we are already finding the monies.
How are we going to make that happen?
Well, you know, we're looking at all of the recent vacancies throughout the government through attrition. Throughout the agencies, making management decisions about maybe putting back decisions to fill vacancies in other departments and pushing those resources that are already accounted for in the budget into police and other law enforcement.
So we're not looking at potential cuts to...
No, it wouldn't be cuts, not a supplemental budget. I think our discussion with our new appropriations chair is that they're looking to see what kind of positive growth that we can do in the forces within our budget cap and then plan for the future.
The details as to exactly where the money will be taken and how much is still being discussed. But Lieutenant Governor Tenorio says the plan is manageable.
And from checking with those who enforce the laws out in our streets, to meeting with the officers who guard the prison population here at the Manila facility.
The island's new leaders walked each unit, including areas where shortfalls still exist, like Post 5, where the facility has a definite need for new locks and more officers. DEPCOR Director Samantha Brennan.
I think it's great. I think it's an opportunity for them to come and see exactly what our officers have to go through, as well as what our inmates have to go through and our detainees. And I think it's something that's positive for them. And then hopefully in the long run, when we talk about funding and stuff like that, because that's a major issue for us, that they understand and they can grasp it, they've processed it, they absorbed it, and then now they say, okay, we get it. We're definitely going to have to find funding for you so that we can make this facility, make the DOC compound better.
The governor says the administration will work to secure more funding for the prison as well.
I learned that our corrections officers are actually doing a really good job despite the limited resources that they have. I think they're committed to protecting our community.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, Wahusi Nick Delgado.
It appears the federal shutdown could impact more than just federal jobs. The church's recent filing for bankruptcy could also be hit by major delays. Crystal Paco reports.
the church will resume operations as usual, despite the recent filing for bankruptcy. It's the federal government, however, that remains in limbo. Church attorney Ford Elsesser.
It looks like we'll have to wait and see what happens with the government shutdown before we get a hearing date on the next events.
At issue, the U.S. trustee program. They're needed in the next steps for bankruptcy. General Attorney Curtis Ching from the U.S. trustee program appeared at Thursday's hearing from Hawaii via video teleconference. The court noted he's been working solo while the rest of his staff on furlough.
They are sort of the traffic police for the bankruptcy system. They appoint the committee of claimants. They will appoint a committee of abuse claimants who will then be entitled to hire their own bankruptcy lawyer.
Prior to that, Chief Judge Francis Tadinko Gatewood granted several motions by the church on Thursday.
This is pretty routine matters today, keeping payroll going, making sure that all the bank accounts are working, that sort of thing.
One account in particular, with $5.2 million, the Bank of Guam ensures church operations for Catholic schools and the 26 parishes goes uninterrupted.
That's where most of the parishes and schools keep their money, and so it's important to make sure that all those bank accounts operate seamlessly.
A quick look at the numbers. The church reports $22.9 million in assets and $45.6 million in liabilities. Just over 200 clergy sex abuse lawsuits have been filed to date.
All the cases against the Archdiocese are stayed under the bankruptcy law.
That settlement stays for 90 days. Parties will return to court on April 25th. As for the bankruptcy case, a status hearing is set for January 31st. The District Court of Guam, via a press release this week, announced they can remain fully operational and funded through January 25th. Once existing funds are depleted, the federal court will be forced to reduce activities. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
Thanks, Crystal. Today saw quite the historic moment for our island's congressional delegate, with Congressman Michael Nicholas having been nominated to serve on the House Financial Services Committee for the 116th United States Congress. A news release from his office states this is a highly sought-after committee assignment, given the committee's responsibility for all aspects of the financial services sector throughout the U.S. Now, Nicholas becomes the first delegate from our territory to serve on an exclusive committee, stating in part, quote, "As we look to the economic future of our island, we must prioritize the diversification of our economy, which is something we have spoken about for decades but never managed to achieve. Financial services," he concludes, "is the way forward to such diversification." Now, Delegate Nicholas says he also intends to look for ways to help elevate Guam as a hub for regional financial transactions and to advance policy to help the greater Micronesia region so that our neighbors are also empowered and uplifted. Of course, Bree, you know before he went into public service, he was a banker.
Yes, I do. Stay tuned. We're back with more after the break.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
Cheers to 80 years! It's our 80th anniversary and the gifts are on us. 80 gift certificates, 8 shopping sprees, 8 staycations, and 1 round-trip flyaway for 2 to Manila. So how do you enter? Calvo's Insurance personal home and auto customers are automatically entered. Non-Calvo's customers may enter by receiving a qualified quote. It's our way of saying thank you for trusting us for the past 80 years. For more details, visit calvos.com/giveaway or call 472-6816. Calvo's Insurance, serving Guam for 80 years.
The great thing about technology isn't about how big, fast, or clever it is.
It's about delivering connections that empower people to achieve things. Try them for the first time.
Connect with others. Or even rediscover the world around us. It's your world. Explore it.
Here's to the flavorful, those unafraid to show their signature style, signature moves, signature everything. You add the spice that makes life interesting. So to you, we raise a sandwich as flavorful as you are. For McDonald's signature crafted recipes.
Try the new savory, creamy mushroom and Swiss burger, part of the signature crafted recipes lineup, only at McDonald's.
Matson is in this community. We've been in this community for decades. We're gonna be in this community for decades to come. Things will get busy, things will get quiet, but we're gonna be here. We're your hometown carrier. And that matters to us.
Reliability is the core of our business. We take pride in ensuring that we arrive in Guam on time as scheduled.
It's our local employees who understand the market, who understand the business, and provide that hard work for you each and every day.
When we hold ourselves to high standards, our customers also hold us to high standards. We establish good business relationships that turn into friendships. That's why it's so important to be here and be trusted by your customers. We want you to trust Matson like your friend, like your family.
You're still watching and streaming Primetime, and we thank you for tuning in once again. Well, you may not be able to post more public comments, but opposition to the Navy's proposal is growing offline. A handful of senators have sent formal requests that the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers not move forward with establishing a danger zone in the waters near Finnegan's firearms range. Now, the Navy today responded. Carmen Tolahi has details.
Too many questions left unanswered.
They're saying they need to use this firing range more because the other firing ranges are more crowded. That doesn't answer my question as to why do they need to expand the danger zone further if they're just looking at using that firing range more often. I don't get the need to expand the surface danger zone further.
Freshman Senator Clint Rogel is in opposition to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers' proposal to revise existing regulations to extend a danger zone over the Pacific Ocean adjacent to the Finnegan firearms range.
How exactly will it impact local fishermen? How often will local fishermen be denied access to traditional fishing grounds that the Chamorro people have been fishing in for thousands of years? And there was no clear answer as to how often this danger zone would be closed off to the public.
Senator Rogel also posted this photo on his Facebook of Haputo Beach. Access to this ancient Chamorro village, he says, will be restricted if the SDZ is in place. In total, 33 comments were sent to the Navy, at least 4 from Guam senators. Heading the Committee on the Environment, Senator Sabina Perez says her office found the Small Arms Fire Range project as a whole does not comply with Section 106 to preserve historic landmarks like Haputo and federal environmental regulations.
There are corals there, there are the sea turtles that are endangered that could potentially be impacted. There's also impacts to historic properties.
The SDZ has been included to ensure the safety of local fishermen, says the Joint Region Marianas, and it will be open to normal maritime operations when the range is not in use. They say, quote, the SDZ was fully evaluated in the 2015 Mariana Islands Training and Testing Environmental Impact Statement and the Overseas Environmental Impact Statement, end quote. Plus, there's, quote, no operational changes or proposals to use high-caliber firearms at the range. Senators are still critical that the military keep their promises for a green and one Guam approach to military operations.
Not anti-military at all. This is just about keeping them true to their word.
Reporting for Guam News Network, I'm Carmen Victoria Terlaki.
Elsewhere in the island's public sector, the Chamorro Land Trust Commission will no longer be a part of the Department of Land Management. Governor Lulian Guerrero has issued an executive order making the CLTC, which had come under fire in recent months, a completely separate entity. Nestor Lagat explains.
The main mission of the CLTC is to oversee the lease of trust land to qualified Chamorro applicants. But a KUAM investigation last year found irregularities in the allocation of prime lots in Barragata Heights, in instances where applicants with connections were allowed to jump in front of the line. The reports prompting public outcry and renewed scrutiny from lawmakers. So CLTC Chair Pica Ferrin, in their first meeting under the new administration, said she had supported the move to a separate administrator.
One of the things that I've
was kind of losing sleep over was, okay, how are we going to find this person? I was imagining a very long, drawn-out process to find somebody, and it looks like our Maga Haga has found somebody.
That somebody is former educator and recent senatorial candidate Jack Hattig, who presented himself to commissioners after meeting earlier in the day with Farron.
I expressed during our meeting with the chair that I recognize that I work for you. I mean, although the wheels of government turn and that I'm appointed by the governor, but all of the, I understand that that will be my principal designation as administrative director is to work for the commission members, to be an administrator, to be an advisor to you, and to be an advocate for our people.
But the commission was not yet ready to vote on Hattig's nomination. Farron says they need to iron out the details of staff and salary before they can take any action.
Since 2011, when CLTC was brought into land management, Chamorro Land Trust funding did not pay for 1 cent of our administrative director's salary. Okay, so as we are right now, and 2019 has already been allocated and appropriated, so we know our budget, and that budget was never set up to bring in a full-time administrative director.
The vote was tabled until the next meeting in February. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Thanks, Nestor. The Guam Election Commission is busy recounting write-in ballots at a meeting held Thursday morning. GEC Director Maria Pangilinan says their office is tabulating and recording all write-ins for the general election. Though she notes they've done it before, this year is, quote, challenging as it is the first time we have to count over 8,000 write-ins, so it may take a few days. Officials also welcomed Tony Gumatatao as the newest commissioner, who replaced Jadine Tuncap. Jerry Crisostomo and Michael Perez were also sworn in. The GEC will reconvene next Wednesday, the 23rd.
Mirroring the National March for Life in Washington, D.C., our island's Catholic community will be protesting both the practice of abortion as well as its legality. It's an event that happens every year near the anniversary of the landmark Roe v. Wade Supreme Court decision, which legalized abortion throughout the Union. The march will begin Friday at 4 p.m. at the Dulce Nombre de Maria Cathedral Basilica, and that's downtown, of course.
With regional headlines, here's KSPN 2 News.
Hafa Guam, here are the headlines for CMI.
The Northern Mariana Islands came into being January 9th, 1978. That's when the Commonwealth took effect. Prior to that, during the Trust Territory days, Saipan, Rota, Tinian, and the Northern Islands were called the Marianas District, while Guam was just called Guam. The separation of the Marianas came in 1898 with the signing of the Treaty of Paris. In 1957, the people of Saipan voted 64% to unite with Guam. In 1958, the Guam legislature resolved to become reunited, but the federal government never did respond. Saipan, Tinian, and Rota voted in 1969 to join Guam, but Guam voters rejected the reunification, and that's how the issue has stayed since then. Newly elected Guam Governor Lou De Leon Guerrero supports reunification.
I'm hoping for it. Yes, I strongly believe that and strongly agree that, the more united we are, the stronger we are, the greater voice we have, and the greater ability that we can work together to protect our culture, our language, and our environment. So absolutely, yes.
The people of the Northern Marianas were able to vote for their political status, something that Guam has not been able to do.
I think the relationship between Guam and CMI is very friendly. I think it's very participative. I think it's very helpful to each other. We both have almost the same history that we have experienced, atrocities of war, occupations of various countries and nations, and fighting for our self-determination. And the Northern Marianas has gotten their Commonwealth, and we are fighting for ours.
She sees more similarities than differences.
We have a lot of commonalities because we both have the same kind of temperature, culture, people, language, and I'd like to have that much more unified in this region.
Climate change is something that affects everyone in this region.
It's really sad that the whole climate change and the changes in our atmosphere is really as a result of great industrial progress. And we are the receivers and the results of that climate change, although we don't contribute as much as say, in the Western nations. So what we would like to do, or what I would like to do, is really just raise the awareness of our community through education.
The new governor outlines efforts that can be made.
Renewable energy, use of renewable energy, recycling, protecting our reefs, protecting our ocean and our environment, as this is the wealth that we have here in this part of our lives, is the ocean, the skies, the land. And so we need to do everything to be responsible.
The vulnerability of small islands is especially evident and worrisome.
Do a community-wide... I love you. Oh, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Talk about community-wide appreciation. Thank you, Rose.
So community-wide education and training and awareness of what each of us can be responsible for to, protecting our lives.
For more news, visit saipantv.com. For KSPN2 News, I'm Ashley McDowell.
Please stay tuned, because after this, sports and your birthday shoutouts.
Chuck E. Cheese's Guam is not all fun and games. Our pizza is delicious with the freshest toppings, oven baked to order. Try the fresh salad bar, sandwiches, and don't forget our mouth-watering wings. Come and eat at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam.
To feel powerful. To feel brave. To feel like you can do something to make a difference. Spark a life, touch a heart. It's the power of being inspired. And I inspire to be here because...
Family.
We support our island. People.
I love my job. You. Tradition. People. Familia.
My kids.
Familia. My family.
Family.
The future.
We're family. Family. We make dreams come true.
My coworkers.
I can help others. Family.
Family.
We love our community. Familiar spirit.
Familial environment.
My familia.
My wife and kids.
Start something new this year when you buy a new Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram from Cars Plus and Mighty. Like a new Jeep Compass Sport, $175 per paycheck. Or a new Chrysler Pacifica LX, $213 per paycheck. Or save $10,500 on a new Ram 1500. How about a new Jeep Wrangler Sport? Only $309 per paycheck. Plus, receive a Cars Plus Shell Value Card with every vehicle purchase. So this year, start something new with a new Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram. Only at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. I have some programming news on Monday's big game between the Patriots and Chiefs. I'll get to that in just a bit. But first off, some men's basketball highlights from the holiday tip-off tournament from the Guam Elite Center. Check it out. Team Slime and the Bulldogs meeting up in a battle of undefeated teams. Winner moves on to the championship game. Loser stays alive in the double elimination playoff format. James Stake with the long pass down court to Dre Bailey for the easy shot off glass. Joe Hodge with the assist to Johnny King, who gets to step on Bailey at the three-point line. King gets the shot to go over Sebi Siswiko. Pull-up jumper by Marcus Bynum off target. Dre Bailey with the rebound. Finds Irv Jose running on the break. Jose spots up and knocks down the three-pointer. Bulldogs trailed at the half. Inbound play by Slime underneath the basket goes to Joe Hodge. 2 points off the left-handed finish baseline. JP Cruz drives and dishes the ball out to Siswico. Corner J, too hard. Bailey with a nice pass back to Cruz after drawing the double team. JP pump fake and dribble. He's money on the pull-up inside the lane. Bulldogs come from behind for the win, 71-68. Cruz led the way in the win with a team-high 27 points. Keeping with basketball, the UOG men's basketball team will be holding tryouts next Tuesday, January 22nd at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse. Tryouts will start at 7 p.m. Players selected will be hitting the court for the upcoming spring season, scheduled to begin on January 28th. Currently, the team has 8 players and will look to add 4 to 7 guys to the roster. Scholarships are available for certain players selected onto the team. Students must be full-time with a minimum of a 2.0 GPA to play. For more information about the team and tryouts, call or text 489-4028 or email betipton@triton.uog.edu. Keeping with news out of UOG, the Tritons men's soccer team will hit the pitch tonight at 7 p.m. against the Pago Bay Disasters in the GFA Amateur Men's League. UOG is 2-1 and are holding on to 6th place in the 9-team league. Their 2 wins are over second-place Bombers SC and Omega Warriors. Pago Bay enters the game against the Tritons winless at 0-4. Islanders FC lead the league with a 5-0 record. UOG lost to the Islanders in their opener 8-6 after leading 4-1 at halftime. In programming news, big game this Monday, January 21st on the stations of KUAM. NFL on CBS, KUAM TV 11, AFC Championship game, Patriots at the Chiefs, 9:30 in the morning. OG Tom Brady and young quarterback Pat Mahomes ready to lead their teams. Winner moves on to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. That's going to do it for sports. We're back right after this.
MTO, professional janitorial services with a warm hospitality touch. MTO gives that gift year-round. Pressure wash roofs, pressure wash driveways, lawn service, home cleaning, carpet restoration, office cleaning, commercial window cleaning, floor care. When cleaning is in order, MTO has you covered. Call 647-6861 to inquire on how you can receive the maintenance you deserve.
MTO, celebrating 30 years with you, Guam.
We are the Half Day Pledge Kids.
What's the Half Day Pledge?
It's a promise to share
a Half Day spirit
and to protect our culture.
Like saying Happy Day!
Home down!
It also means promising to keep our island clean.
Like cleaning up the beach? That sounds so easy.
It is. Anyone can sign up, even kids just like us.
How do kids sign up? It's easy. Moms and dads call the Guam Visitors Bureau and sign your kid up to take the pledge.
All kids get certificates, bags, and can enjoy cultural activities at the signing ceremony.
We are Half a Day Pledge Kids, and you can be too.
When you purchase a vehicle from our dealerships, we give back to the American Cancer Society and Guam Cancer Care. With your help, together, we've raised over $400,000, giving local cancer patients a gift of more anniversaries, more birthdays, more years, more days. Together, we're giving them the gift of time. Triple J, customers first.
All right, everybody, tonight's special because for the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club, Sabrina Salas is going to intro it while we do the electric slide. Let's make people happy and do some birthdays now. It is a happy 18th birthday to Gabriela Sablan. We love you, says your entire family. Happy birthday wishes going out tonight to Randolph Duenas. We would all like to wish our brother, Randolph C. Duenas, aka Ranran, a happy 53rd birthday. This comes from all his siblings, in-laws, and nephews and nieces. You're a very special man to all of us. We love you, they say. And extra special happy birthday wishes to Selena Darlene Guerrero Tereas. Happy birthday, we love you, says your entire family.
And you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by checking us out on KUAM.com. You know what's so funny is you are always doing something silly here on the set.
I want to do the electric slide for everybody's birthday.
When I invite you to do some stories with me on In the Mix, you never come.
Well, In the Mix is coming up next, and you got some cool stuff.
Yes, you should join me sometime.
Sure, stay tuned. That's coming up.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E.